reduce the remaining matches of the 2016-2017 Ghana Premier League season to just 8 as we usher in week 29 this weekend. Phenomenal season it has been, if you ask me. But let's watch this. Bolga All Stars has conceded as many as 68 goals, 27 more than Aduana Stars, who are league leaders already, a record they will quickly want to forget. Liberty Professionals needed 4 goals at home to make 2 leaps above the relegation zone and are still not safe. Is Dansoman going to be without a Premier club next season? That is a fight they would also want to avoid. Temo Youth, are they going back to relegation? Is a tit for tat. There's a lot of stories to talk about when it comes to demotion this weekend. My guest, who is not new to us at all, will throw more light on that relegation fight for survival. More so, we pay a visit to the 2 most glamorous clubs in Ghana and hear from their leaders on and off the field. There's a packed show today on The Beautiful Game with me, Abigail Senat-Susu. Many more episodes of The Beautiful Game is available on our YouTube channel. Just log on to Ghana League TV and also on our Facebook page. It is The Beautiful Game TBG. Muftar Nabila of Crisis Sports is here with me today, and relegation is staring us in the face, and there's much to be discussed. Who joins Bolga All Stars, who are gunners in this season's Ghana Premier League? Muftar Nabila, thank you. It's an honor to have you here again.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, okay. But you were telling me earlier, as many as 11 clubs stand to be relegated. Relegation this season, interesting.
It has always been like that in the Ghana Premier League. Last year, as many as 8 clubs were fighting to maintain their status as a Premier League club. This season is 11. From the 5th to the 15th, 8 of these clubs can join Bolga All Stars. And it's going to be inevitable because we are likely to have 2 clubs from Greater Accra join them. Is it going to be Interallies, who have got 36 points? Is it going to be Tama Youth? Is it going to be Great Olympics? All these clubs are not far away from surviving, but they're also not far away from suffering the animal that kills clubs from partaking in the Ghana Premier League. Well, will Mediama survive it? You would like Mediama to survive it.
Mediama will survive.
But if you look at the table, they've got only 38 points. Yeah. And the Premier League is like that. If you're not able to get the 40-point mark, it's going to be a problem. So week 29 will give us an idea about the clubs that are going to join Bolga All Stars in the Division 1 next season. And you can only wait until that is done. But for now, 11 clubs are not safe.
So let's just go through with 28 results. Then we can have a broader look at the picture Muftar Nabila is trying to paint here. Liberty Professionals, like we said earlier, beat Bekum Chelsea 4-2 at home. Bechem United beat Kumasi Asante Kotoko at the Bechem Park by a lone goal in the dying emblems of the game. Wafa found their scoring boots again and beat Wa All Stars by 3-0. Accra Hearts of Oak beat Ebusian Dwarves by 2-1. And Inter-Allies held their own against Mediama SC and beat them 2-0. Elmina Sharks surprisingly lost at home to Great Olympics in that one. The Aduana Stars sank Bolga All Stars and deepened their wounds when they beat them 4-1 early in the first half. Interesting results.
The result in Bolga was never going to be a surprise. Having seen their failure to amass points at the Tamale Utrecht Park this season, coming up against a wounded Aduana Stars who felt that last season they were hard done by officiating when they lost the league title at the second but last game to Wa All Stars, and they knew that a victory in Tamale was going to be that nail that was going to hammer them into lifting the title this season. It was always going to happen.
I just want to remind myself of a club that has played in the Premier League and has conceded as many as 68 goals.
Now we have to go back to the early 70s or 80s when RTU considered as many as 61 goals, even in the entire season.
61 and 68. Here we are after 28
after
games.
28 matches, they have considered as many as 68 goals. Bolga All Stars were never ready for Premier League. They did recruitment. They signed as many as 8 players to augment the squad they had from Division 1. But these players left the moment they realized that we were going to Division 1 again. Noah Nikwe was their star man.
Yes.
He left. Maxwell Frimpong, he left.
For me, it's heartbreaking when I see the principal actors on the field. You see they're giving their own in the person of Mbaimo. He tells you now they are playing for themselves just to be sold and leave their club.
Exactly, and it is sad when you're playing football and your mindset is that I need to impress someone to buy me. If that is your mindset, you are going to be selfish. You're never going to play as a team.
Okay, maybe they just have to prepare and come back later. But talking about players that have resurfaced this season and causing wonders, there's a particular club that has seen most of those, and that is Accra Heart to Folk. The likes of Winfo Kobina returning to cause stir in the Ghana Premier League. Leona Teria getting the chance this season. Fatah Mohammed seeing it all for club and country. But we talk specifically today about Thomas Abbey, a great footballing product of Tia Ahmadias in Kumasi, then to the University of Education in Winneba, where he has acquired his diploma in coaching. He has led gallantly this season, if you ask me, after recovering from series of injuries dating as far back as 2011, 2013 and 2015, all in the course of his duty for Accra Heart to Folk. He tells us football was nearly a thing of the past, but family took center stage, and here he is, leading the Phobian boys so well.
I'm Thomas Abbey. I'm left winger. I play for Accra Heart to Folk. From Roman Catholic, from there to T.I. Ahmadiya Secondary School, from there to UW for diploma in coaching. I started for Winneba Professionals. From there to Heart to Folk. I joined Heart to Folk 2011. I think it's a tough journey playing a big club like this. You know, challenges will come, so you have to be ready to face it. At least you fall down, you have to wake up and move on. And reach some stage, you know, I was fed up in football due to injuries, so I decided to quit football. And my father also advised me because I got injured 2011 against Adriana in Accra Sports Stadium, so I was out for some 3 months. In 2013 against Amidas Professional in Accra, I also got injured. Full year I was out for football, and I came back. I got injured again 2016 against Ebusandro Asa Cape Coast, early minute in the game. My family died and friends also advised me to, and I thank God I'm still alive and I'm still playing football. I think to be a leader in a big club is always difficult because so many challenges will come physically and spiritually. And as a person, you have to motivate yourself. When things are not going well, everything will be on you. Pressure, questions and everything. So you have to be ready to answer some questions. But I thank God, you know, I'm brave to answer some questions, to stand on it. Because when I came, I met some senior players like Martin Motu. He's my best friend when I came to Heart to Folk. And I thank him for his advice also. And I miss Samia J, McCarthy, SMMS, also a good friend to me. And late Uri Asante, and also rest in peace. He also closer to me. They used to advise me. And Douglas Nkrumah, and who again, Bobby Short, Ubedansa, and Abanga and Co. So, and also Ebonsu. So, you know, I learned a lot from them. So when it happened, I'm now a leader of the team. I always go back to drawing board and remember in the days of Martin what he did. And I said, no, okay, let me follow his footsteps. If I follow it, I can succeed as a captain of it. Let's all work together. They should come in Norman's and support and pray for us. I know you can make it. We thank them for your support too. God bless them.
So we are still on the beautiful game with me, Abigail Senasusu, and clearly at a point in time, you just need that one person to lift yourself back up. That was Captain Thomas Abbey, who has returned after being red-carded to face it with his club this weekend. But Mufta Nabila, just look at Thomas Abbey, all of a sudden.
Just like you said, often you need that one person who will tell you that all is not over, despite the consistent problems you are going through. Thomas Abbey was an example. He suffered injuries that curtailed his footballing career. And he needed the key people in his life to convinced him that these injuries were only going to be a hiccup in his career, and when he gets over them, that's when he's going to find back that career he always dreamt of. And he's done it. He's proven to the world that injuries often, though they often end the careers of others, he has recovered, and he's doing so well for Hearts of Oak this season.
But this season, for club and for country, you cannot write off Thomas Abbey.
You can't write him off. We all saw him at the Waffle Cup of Nations. He's currently the second joint top scorer of the Ghana Premier League with 13 goals. And after the red card he suffered in Wa, he's back for the game against Mediama SC this weekend. Thomas Abbey is just so convincing this season. He's played at left back, he's played at left wing, he's played at a midfielder. The only role he hasn't played is central defense. And in all these positions, he's told the world that the talent is not about what you can do at a specific area, but the talent is about you being so versatile. And he's done it with ease.
To hear people say he should maintain that left back position after the Waffle tournament.
Well, at the Waffle Cup of Nations, it seems there was this spirit that descended into all the players. There were certain games you watch the players and you feel like, are these the players? People claim they're in a Premier League that is not so good. We say we lack quality in the Ghana Premier League. But the kind of football the guys displayed at the Waffle Cup of Nations in Cape Coast, you sit down and
I don't think it has been a fluke, because for their clubs, they are still delivering.
Well,
and came back and scoring.
And just remember when they came back, Hearts of Oak, Kwame Kizito, Patrick Azar scored in the semi-final of the MTN FA Cup against Wa All-Stars. Stephen Safo is banging in goals again. The impact of Thomas Ade is still felt. Wufru Kobina scored against Ebuswa.
I think I had a chance with
the national team. Isaac Chum too was there with the national team. They all played in the friendly against Saudi Arabia.
Sure.
They should tell you that our players just need the opportunity. They just give them a better pitch. A better pitch like what we saw.
You said something that we should give credit to Frank Nuttall. Our local coach is not giving our players a chance.
Well, when I say we should give Frank Nuttall the credit for the sensational performance of Hearts of Oak this season, and be it individually and collectively, I mean, the man has pushed the guy to the limit. He has seen them and he feels that there are some petty things when you do, you get it right. And some of those petty things are the lack of desire. Hearts of Oak over the years have failed to wake up from that slumber of a giant club. They've been a sleeping giant for so many years. This is a club that has failed to win the league since 2009. 8 years. They may go a decade without winning the Ghana Premier League.
Like me.
They will go a decade without winning the Ghana Premier League.
That doesn't look possible.
Now, the thing is that if Hearts of Oak are able to keep Frank Nuttall this next season, they are going to give the Ghana Premier League a very good one for their money.
A lot of stories to be told in the 2016-2017 Ghana Premier League season, but sadly, Ghana's touted most successful clubs have missed out on the diadem. In the last 3 seasons, interestingly, Kotoko and Hearts have not had a bite of that joy of being crowned league leaders. But who can talk about Accra Hearts of Oak and not talk about Kumasi Asante Kotoko? Another great leader the Porcupines have had, this time not on the field but on the touchlines. After 10 years in the country and doing the job with various clubs, he tells us coaching has been a calling and believes he has responded so well, joining the Kumasi-based club. Coach Steve Polack tells us a story. How has it been for you?
It's been a good experience. I started 10 years ago with King Faisal. I was there for 2 seasons. Then I came back in 2011. With Bercom Chelsea. I was only there for a few months, and then I just came back in the beginning of February, the beginning of March. I came to Bercom Chelsea, and now I'm at Kotoko. So it's a good experience. Maybe it's my calling. You know, I came here the first time, I says that, and I says it the second time, and I'm saying it the third time. I think it's my calling, and I'm listening to myself and also to my good friends, and they believe also this is probably the place for me to be doing my coaching. technically they are very good. The players are very good. I don't have a problem with that. I believe that tactically they're not the best. But where does that come from? That comes from discipline, and then you get good organisation. And when they do that, then it makes it a lot easier, and for the player himself and the player for the team as well. But there is a lot of players that I've actually coached here who are also playing outside Ghana, which is it's a great feeling to know that I've coached them and they're outside Ghana playing, you know. And as a coach, you want to see people develop and go as high as they can, and I'm happy for the players that are outside. Getting them to be disciplined, that's a big thing. I'm a big disciplinary, and once you get that, I feel that you can get a better organisation. And when I say discipline, I'm not just talking about what we're doing in training, what we're doing on the football field. It's what you do before the game, it's what you're doing after the game. It's, you know, time, keeping time, what you're eating, what time you eat. So there's a lot of things involved. It's not just on the football field itself, it's all the nutrition and all this that you have to look at as well. So players need to know that they have to make sacrifices when you play football, or if you do any sport, you have to make big sacrifices. So I don't think some players get used to that. But I would say basically my principle first is getting a good discipline, and then you get better organisation. And then of course preparing before a game is like, it's great in Ghana because you camp the night before and preparing them for that, getting them mentally ready also. So, you know, there's a lot into it, more than people will actually know. If you're not actually into football and you're not actually there day by day, it's very hard to understand. But I think people, they turn up on a Sunday or a Saturday or Monday, watch the game, and they come out with their own comments, and you think, well, you know, you haven't seen these players all week. You know, coaches see them every day. Every day they see them at training. So they know what they're capable of doing. And yes, sometimes they will have a bad day, but you know, but the crowd don't understand that, you know. So basically there's a lot more to it than just sitting there watching the game. You know, I didn't come here to look what happened yesterday or last week or the week before or the month before. I come in to do a job to try and make it better. And from day one, I laid the law down to my players and to my technical staff, and after talking to the management as well. And from day one, it's been the attitude of the people, not only the players and my technical staff, but also the management has been excellent. And I think that helps. I've steadied the ship, as we say in England. I'm steadying the ship. It's not steady yet, but I'm steadying the ship, and the ship's going in the right direction. Maybe the training has changed a little bit to what they're used to, but besides that and the system that we play, but I can change it during the game also, and I can also change it, you know, whenever I need to. But basically, I just think the way they've responded to me, the players, has been excellent. Sorry, the attitude has been excellent, the commitment and the desire, and the timekeeping has been perfect, and the discipline has been good. So, and I think that helps. And when you get the players on your, and you need to get the players on your side. And I'm disciplined, but also I can have fun, you know. So, and I think that helps as well. I'm not always disciplined. I can have fun and a laugh and a joke. And I believe if you want something in life to succeed, you've got to work hard at it, and that's what they're doing. They're working very hard, and that's what I expect from them. I don't expect any more, any little than working hard. Because if you're not working hard, you're not a part of my team. So this is what we call now the, how can I say it so it's not so bad? Probably squeaky time. Bum squeaky time. Getting to the end of the season. So who is the team who has the nerve to just keep going, taking game by game and getting the results, and which team is going to be nervous and under pressure? You know, so we're going to put pressure on those above us, and we just take one game at a time and then see where we are at the end of the season.
We are still on the beautiful game, and with me is Muftar Nabila of Crisis Sports. But before he gets to talk about Coach Steve Polack, let's see the league standings after week 28. The Diana Stars are holding on with some 54 points. West African Football Academy lies second with 50 points. Accra Hearts of Oak are third on 47 points, and Kumasi Asante Kotoko lie on the fourth position with 40 points. Bekum Chelsea are fifth on 39 points, while All Stars climb to sixth position and also on 39 points. Elmina Sharks 7th on 39 points. Mediama SC are 8th on 38 points. Ashanti Gold have moved up after week 27 and are 9th on also 38 points. Ebusan Dwarves dropped to the 10th position with 38 points. Liberty Professionals now are 11th on also 38 points. Bechem United moved to the 12th spot also on 38 points. Inter Allies are 13th, a little above relegation with some 36 points. Temo Youth are in the drop zone and are on 34 points on the 14th position. Great Olympics lie 15th with 33 points. Bolga All Stars, who are not part of us, are 16th with some 12 points. But that's the best way to put it. We can't do anything about it. If they give them all the goals, nothing saves them.
If you give them all the goals,
Something will save them. But the saddest thing here is that Kotoko cannot finish above 4th. That's so unfortunate of a club that is the most successful club in the Ghana Premier League, having won it 23 times, having won it consecutively between 2011 2012 up to 2013 2014.
But bringing in Polack was not a rush.
Was it a rush? We felt at a point we needed someone to salvage us, and Steve Polack was the best man in the market when he was available. When Kotoko spoke to...
You think because he's been with King Faisal, he's been with Chelsea, so he knows you that much?
Often you need to look at the credentials of the person you are going with.
Sure.
We got to the bridge and we felt we could not cross it anymore. Zrafko Lugozic left after week 11.
No, he didn't leave, he was sacked. That's the word.
Zrafko Lugozic left after week 11.
No, he was sacked after week 11.
After we sacked him, or it was by mutual consent. I don't know if I told you.
When you say leave, then means he decided to go.
He left.
Okay, after he was sacked.
So when you are sacked, what did you do?
He left.
So when you are sacked, what did you do?
But the sack came before the leaving.
You want me to say he was sacked?
And left.
Okay.
You don't think it's that season when other clubs are just doing better than you are?
Is any club doing better than us? Earlier I said Lawyer Boafo and then Seidu connived to keep Kotoko at where they can find themselves. If they had left,
and a club like Kumasi Asante Kotoko, we have gone into the books as Africa's club of the century, who allowed just 2 people to dictate the pace.
It's not about allowing 2 people to dictate.
So, don't let me distort that argument you're making, but I'm sorry, I don't want to remind viewers of that horrific incident. But don't you think that accident killed the Kotoko spirit?
Accident never killed the spirit. It did it.
Okay.
We were already struggling when we suffered that accident.
But Polack had started something good. Just had faulted in here.
But before that accident occurred, we lost even that game on that fateful Wednesday. So if someone should sit down and look for the excuse of the accident that occurred on July 12th, the person will always try to paper the cracks that the club was already in. If they don't take their time, they could finish as low as 6th, 7th, or even 8th on the league. Because 40 points, Bekum just have got 39.
Yeah.
While others have got 39. If these 2 clubs win their matches and we fail to win our match, where do we go?
I like it when you say we. So let me address you as a Kotoko front. You've never denied that, I know.
Denied that.
But look at Steve Polack. 10 years in Ghana. Look at the clubs he has managed. I'm sorry, but how did it end for them? So what really informed that decision?
It had to do with someone, the hierarchy of Kotoko felt was a strong character who could make these boys understand that we needed something.
But one thing that runs through all the expatriates that have come to our Premier League, they tell you need to be hardworking. Are our players lazy?
It is always like that.
If you ask the question whether the players are lazy, I don't think so. The players are not lazy.
So what kind of hard work are they talking about?
There's this complacency in most of us, especially our players.
Okay.
You score 1, 2 goals, you feel you are in cloud 9. That's the unfortunate thing. And when they do that and you don't have someone to guide you and tell you the road is still long for you, you still have a very far road to take in this very journey. If you don't have people who are going to tell them that, they are always going to struggle. That's why most of these coaches will tell you, work hard. You need to work hard to achieve the results you're searching.
So will Kotoko keep Polack based on sympathy after that accident, or you think his work has to be retained?
It's not about keeping him based on sympathy.
I'm asking, why would you keep Polack? Already nobody is availing him or herself to talk to him about his contract, and you have 2 games to end the season.
But the problem here is that
does the hierarchy of Kotoko feel he's done enough? So, Kotoko, I won't be surprised if they don't keep Steve Polack. But what I do know is that most of the players are going to be allowed to go. Who's going to make that decision? Often, the problems are within. We look for these problems and bring in technical men to struggle. When you start signing players without coaches, who's going to manage them?
He has a lot of players on his chest that can help your club, but nobody is availing him or herself to talk to him and doesn't know his future.
So, if he has a lot of players, is
who is he going to tell?
Is he already looking beyond the players he's got currently?
He doesn't know his future.
Is he? I've just asked.
He cannot plan and give you the names and go. He won't do that. The analogy here is the analogy here is if you let me go and I say Mediama come for me.
To leave handing over news.
He will, but not with the talent that he thinks can build Kumasi Asante Kotoko. I can't give you that when I don't know my future and maybe a certain Mediama comes for me. Then I can work with them.
You are otherwise trying to tell us that Steve Polack is not loyal to Kumasi Asante.
He's fighting for his future also. Mutao, I give you my cards, you let me go, and then you go for those cards and you take the glory. It doesn't happen like that.
It always happens.
And he's not going to let that happen.
Well, if he feels that this is the point I cannot allow someone to work on my success, it is on to him.
So tell him his future.
No, we cannot tell him his future now.
With 2 games to end the season, it is not done anyway.
Because usually, this is the time people must understand that they should go beyond signing 6 months, 5 months, half a year contract. If you need my services, sign me for a longer period. He wouldn't have had any issues if he was signed for 2 years, for the next 3 years. He would know that at the end of the season...
We get contracts of coaches being renewed even with 2-3 years on their contract because the club believes that they can work. Can he do the job for you? Just let him know. I've just done the review. You cannot finish about 4th.
What was the target given to him? What was the target
to save you? And 4th, he's not failed. Has he failed?
Was he saving us from relegation?
Now, let's come to performance like you're talking about. Steve Polack and Kumasi Asante Kotoko. How has he fared? Has he brought any transformation to the club?
I felt he has. That's how I feel. Because he picked that as a point where psychologically the team was not there. Where at crossroads. Steve Polack has made an impact in his Master Asante Kotoko, and if I have my way, I feel that from next season, he can improve what he started.
Okay.
Personally. If I have the opportunity to talk to Dr. Chia, I will tell him, renew the services of Steve Polack. His frankness is often a thorn in the flesh of so many people. But you need to be frank with yourself.
Yeah.
If you're frank with yourself, you know where you are heading to. If you tell lies to yourself, then maybe you're just digging your own well and you fall in it.
Okay. So you heard it from the Kumasi Asante Kotoko journalist who has never denied it on any platform. Dr. Che, this is the free advice from your #1 fan, if I can say that. Keep Steve Polack and let him continue from where he ended for you. But we are still on The Beautiful Game with me, Abigail Senasosu. You can join us on our Facebook page. It is The Beautiful Game TBG. And log on to our YouTube channel. It's the Ghana League TV. Game, and gradually we are unwinding from the 2016-2017 Ghana Premier League season. Week 29 is here and clubs are fighting to stay and also have that bragging rights in our Premier League. Into our lights, so welcome Liberty Professionals to the Elwak Sports Stadium, and Dwarfs at the Cape Coast Stadium will also play West African Football Academy. It will be a battle of all stars in the north when while all stars play Bulga All Stars. As Adriana Stars will seek to put that icing on the cake against the Elmina Sharks in Doma. Great Olympics welcome Ashgo to the Accra Sports Stadium. Temo Youth play Bechem United, and Kumasi Asante Kotoko at the Babara Sports Stadium will welcome Bekum Chelsea. Hearts of Oak will make that journey to Takwa to play Mediama SC. Mosao for Kotoko and Kumasi? Bekum Chelsea?
39-40. I feel Bekum Chelsea is likely to make it because Bekum Chelsea, having rendered out the services of
Steve Polack.
It'll be a very good game to watch.
It'll be a very good game, but to stay in the professional field of football, I think Kotoko will go all out for this.
Yeah.
We haven't won a game in the last 2 league games.
At home.
So this is the point we will have to prove. So if Kotoko wants to finish among the best 4 clubs, that they have to fight so hard in this game and make the Chelsea not override us. Steven Saffo, he's a beast.
Yeah.
He's a natural goal scorer. He's come back from the Waffle Cup of Nations with
a certain
energy,
yeah.
and he's scoring goals. We have to look out for him, stop him from scoring, and even if we get that 1 goal, it's going to be the Arsenal that will require Kotoko to maintain our status as a top 4 club.
Kotoko for me is also going to be interesting. Last season it was Cosmos Dada who caused the difference there. But this season,
no, don't finish.
Let me end. This season, there's a certain Kobna who has proven in all games that he has missed. From week 9,
yes.
all games that he didn't feature for Hearts of Oak, there's a turnaround. He didn't play for Hearts of Oak in the first round against Midiama.
Yes.
He's going to Takwa. Are they going to cause another magic?
Are they with a coach who can prove that going away from home and winning is a possibility?
Okay.
I think yes. Frank Nuttall has proven it this season.
Yeah.
We've seen them do it over and over again. Takwa is not going to be an easy ground. Midiama, they are not safe.
No.
Oh, the last time Hearts of Oak finished the league with 50 points. A win for Hearts of Oak will give them 50 points.
Sure.
Should this be a pride they would like to rely on? If they are willing to rely on this pride, I think they will give Midiama a very good run for their money. But there's something that tells me that Hearts of Oak, they will labor so hard in this game without getting back even a single point.
Wow. Because at a point in time last season, for me, Midiama had one of the best midfield, if you ask me. And all of a sudden, he's left the Kwesidonsu, nothing is happening. Zuta, nothing is happening. Justice Blade, we are not really seeing anything.
We all saw the reincarnation of Juninho in Ghana, in Kwesidonsu last season.
Yes.
He scored 15 goals. 10 of them were from direct free kick. Have we had that anywhere across the globe? No. This season, Kwesidonsu is not the Kwesidonsu we saw last season. Evans Adote must tell the boys that we lost to Liberty Professionals here. We are not safe from the relegation draw. Sure. So we must beat Hearts of Oak.
But then for Liberty, Interlights.
These are 2 clubs that are also fighting to survive the drop.
Yeah.
One of these clubs is likely to join either Great Olympics or Bolga All-Stars at the bottom there.
Yeah.
It's going to be a keenly contested game. And I feel this is a game where technical brainers will determine the outcome of the game.
Always great to talk about the Ghana Premier League with you. Your words of knowledge is admirable. Thank you very much for
it. It is always an honor to be here.
And so Muftar Nabila has laid his cards. For him, Kotoko need that 1 goal. But for me, if they really want to win, then they need more than 3 goals because Steven Saffo is still around and scoring. Hearts of Oak are going to be in Takwa. Let's see how the Panthers for the mauve and yellow against the Phobians. And Liberty Professionals will seek to survive against Interlights. Let's meet and watch that game if you can. This has been the beautiful game with me, Abigail Sena Susu.